everybody, how are we going today? Let me pull my sleeves up a little bit. This is the card we're going to make today. I've made 3 different versions of it. A birthday card, a Christmas card. This was my prototype and it's a little bit lumpy, but never mind. And this Christmas card here, which is the one we're going to make today. I call it a buckle card. I have seen this on YouTube, but mine is a little bit different. I have different measurements than a lot of the other people, and it opens like this. Voila! We have a nice little buckle, and you can see there has a little slot here for the buckle to go through. This is your writing panel. This panel just makes it look really pretty, and it slides behind the oval, so that it just looks so beautiful, and I love it. And I'm using the now I've forgotten the name of it, Christmas Glimmer paper here, which is beautiful. I love it. This set of paper is absolutely beautiful with these lovely blues and everything in them, and I'm using the same in the stamp set. So let me show you what stamp sets and what we're going to be using. So let's move all these out of the way. So we'll just keep this one in the picture a little bit so you can see what's going on. We're going to be using the Christmas Glimmer stamp set. We're going to use this stamp here, this bauble, and we're going to use and be jolly this season, along with the holly. This is a hostess set, which is in the Christmas catalogue, the Holdiay Catalogue. So if you would like this, you have to put in an order of, I can't think how much it is. I think it's 250 Australian dollars to get this set as a hostess gift. I believe that's how it goes. I'm not 100% sure. I actually don't do a lot of parties and things like that. I mainly stamp for myself and a few friends. So this is the set that I liked. It's a host set, and I'm using this beautiful Christmas greeting here. It's got some beautiful sayings on it, so we're going to be using that one. And I'm stamping in Night of Navy. With this set, if you buy it as a bundle, you get these beautiful punches here that go with it, and we're going to be using this punch here, not the little one, the bigger one. In the ovals, I used the stitched shape framelets, and I used the second size of the ovals in the stitched for the blue, which I've already cut out, as you know, because I don't bring my big shot into the picture. Way too heavy for me to keep lifting. So, let's just pop that one away properly. There we go. And in the layering ovals, which I'll get out here, I'm using the third size. So it's 1, 2, 3, the third size. So 1, 2, 3. For the gold there. So as I say, I've already cut those, so you'll be able to see those in a moment. So let's get started, and I will show you exactly what you need. Believe it or not, you don't really need a real lot of stuff for this card. It is, and it's just so gorgeous. For me it is anyway. I think it's a very pretty card. Okay, let's go. So what we need here is a main card base which measures 4 1/8 by 8 and 7/8. 8 and 7/8 by 4 1/8. The belt part, which measures 2 inches by 6 inches. Then we need an inside layer that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, with a piece of designer paper that measures 3 5/8. I'm really getting all this muddled up today, aren't I? 3 5/8 by 3 inches, and another piece of the cream, well, very vanilla, that measures 3 5/8 by 2 1/4 inches. For the front of the card, we need another piece of contrasting card which measures 3 7/8 by 2 3/4, and a piece of designer paper that goes on the top that measures 3 5/8 by 2 1/2 inches. You need a piece of scrap for doing our holly and our bauble, and you'll need, which measures, this is way too big, but it measures about 2.5 by 6.5, that piece. You'll need a piece of gold foil that measures 2.5 by 4 inches or thereabouts, and a piece in the contrast that measures 2.5 by 3 1/8 inches for our ovals that go on the top, which, let me show you, they're already done, so they're ready to go together like so. The only other things you're going to need is we're going to need some foam pads. Let's get rid of some of this on the edges here. I've got these ones. These are nice and deep ones, where if the Stampin' Up ones are not quite as deep as that, so you'd have to put 2 on top of each other. So I'm using these ones, and these beautiful Toil Tidings glitter enamel dots. So I'm using those red ones here. These are beautiful green ones, but the green, I mean, I guess it's got green in it, so you could use the green ones if you wanted to. For my colouring in here, I used real red in my blender pens, the dark and the light, and the granny apple green for the holly there. So okay, so let's pop all this out of the way, and we will start by scoring our 2 pieces of card. Scoreboard into the picture. We're going to score our main card piece along the long side, and we're going to score this at the 5 7/8 mark. Oh, wrong end. 5 3/4, 5 7/8 mark. Okay, that's all the scoring on our main card. And on our belt piece, we're going to score this at the 1 inch mark. And that's all our scoring done. We'll shape our belt first, so that we can get that done. So on that, there's the score end, but on the other end, we're going to pop this along the bottom or on your ruler, and you're going to just mark it at half an inch from both ends. So, and then we're going to turn it the opposite way, and we're going to mark this. I'm going to put it this way because it's easier, at the 1 inch mark, just here and there. And we're going to just get our scissors and cut this from that mark to that, just to make our belt look like a belt shape. There we go, that's our belt shape. So we're going to just burnish this line. Just put my scissors and bring in my, whatever these things are called, bone folder, and we'll burnish that one down. Okay, pop that over there. We will burnish our, fold and burnish our main card. And what we're going to do is we'll do all our stamping first, I think, because then when we put things together, it's going to be easier. So on our scrap piece, we're going to stamp our bauble and our, oh, excuse me, sorry about that. It's one of those calls where people keep ringing you and then hang up. Unfortunately, I've been getting a lot of them lately and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, back to what we were saying. We're going to be stamping our bauble and our holly in Memento. So let's do that first. And I'm just doing it on a bit of cream that I've got, oh, very vanilla. And that one by the side of it. And that's all of the stamping in Memento. On our piece that goes on the right hand side of our card, we're going to stamp in Night of Navy, and we're stamping the words that say, and be jolly and bright, or something like that. Okay, jolly, oh, and be jolly this season, sorry. And then on our other piece, with our fold line at this side here, we're going to stamp a big, our great big Christmas greetings. Wow, I love that font. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yes. So that's our stamping done. So we'll pop them on one side for a second and we will colour these in. Now, I'm not going to colour them all the way in because I've actually done some, so I'll just do a little bit with you. Now, I'm using the dark real red. I just put a line around the edge of my berries as if it's a shade. And then I fill in the rest of the berries with the light real red. And it looks like they're in the shade a bit. The same with my leaves. I actually colour them in with the dark one along the line and along one edge. So you get that same look. I'll only do one leaf, and then you fill the other one in like so. I forgot to bring my Merry Melody over for the top of this bauble, but because we're not going to cut it out because I've already done that, I'll show you what I do with it. So along this edge here I do the same. I do my dark real red and then I sort of swoop it across like as if it's oval shaped, and then with the light real red I will actually fill it in and you get that look of the shape of that it's not flat any longer. So, and then as I said, we would cut this out using our punch, and this one we would cut out by fussy cutting by hand, which I've already done, which I'll show you. There we go. See, there we have them already cut out, ready to go. So let's carry on with our card. So what we're going to do now is with our piece that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, we're going to put our 3 5/8 by 3 inches onto the right hand side. So I'll just use a bit of glue here, and we're going to pop this onto my right hand side with a nice edge around on 3 sides. And with our piece with our sentiment on, we're going to put that on the left hand side. And we're going to do that so that we leave the same border all the way around again. Oops. And down the centre here. We're then going to take our, whatever you call this piece, belt piece, and we're going to turn it over and we're going to put some glue on this underside here on the flap, the 1 inch flap, and we're going to sort of, I don't sort of measure it, I just sort of judge it. So it's about 7/8 of an inch on both ends. I mean, if you wish to do that you can. It doesn't really make a difference. It's not that much, as long as you get that part up the right way, the same as this part here. Once that's done, it can then go onto the inside of our card. So then we can just put a bit more glue onto the back of this one, and we're going to glue this to the inside of the card. Oh, Get it nice and straight, it makes a big difference. That's a bit better. So while we've got our cards sitting there like this, we're going to put our front pieces together with our other piece of designer paper. And pop that onto the front of the card. Right. That's all our gluing done. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over the top like this, and with our pencil we're just going to, at the edge here where these two bits are, going to just put a mark along the edge of here so that we can use our classic label punch to punch out our slot. By popping it in there, we can actually see those marks, and only just see them, but that's all we need to do, and getting it straight if we can. Oh, that's a bit tough, but we got through it. Let me pick that up off the floor and throw it in the bin. We have now got our slot for the front of our card, and it will slot in beautifully like so. So let's get the rest of our card done, which is pretty easy to do. We're going to use a bit of snail or snail-like glue on the back of our blue oval to pop on the top of our gold oval. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this on here. Now, by using the larger ones, everything slots in very easily. So you need to put one top and bottom, and the others on this side here. Sorry, this side here, which is my left hand side. So we're going to put just 3 more around that side there, like so. So one top and bottom and 3 more on the left hand side of our. The reason for that is so that our sleeve can, our belt can slip through, and we're just then going to pull this out of the way and pop this. I find it easier just to watch so that I don't get it in the way. Now mine are too high, too low I mean, so I've got to pull them off and move them up higher and lower, like so. So I can just see where it's going, and I can just see them in there, and that is looking pretty good. And you can't see them in this slot here, so which is what you want. You want to be able to slot that inside there, and in this case it's too far over, so we need to move it this way a bit. So we know that, oops, we got where we're going. We're going to move it more to the centre. There we go. And we know they're not in the way at all. So now we're going to just use some more of these on the back of our bauble and on the back of the holly, and we're going to pop our bauble on the bottom here and a holly on top, over the top like so. I'm going to put a bit of Winker Stella over the top of all of this. It's just to give it some sparkle. Which is, I think I'm going to need to order another one. This one's getting a bit low. And then I'm just going to get in some of these beautiful things. And before I put one of each size. So, well, not the big one. So I might put the big one on this time. One, a big one, and a small one. There you can go there. And there you have it. There's our card. How beautiful is that, and how easy and quick was that? They look absolutely gorgeous. They are just so easy to make, and I hope you've enjoyed that. I made the other one, as I said, I made, oh, excuse me, my prototype one, which was here, which is not straight, so please don't look. And I wasn't happy with the way it sat in there. I ended up having to put an extra arm on there because of my sizing. I made mine different. Then I made one using the beautiful animals with the babies, and I put a happy birthday in there, and I put wildly happy on there. So I was really happy with the way that one turned out. So as I say, if you look at this one, you can see there's an extra arm there because I made my length not long enough, and I wasn't happy with the way it turned out. So this is my prototype, and this is my design one, which I absolutely really love. I love this font, it's gorgeous. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's card, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.